Good morning. Good morning. Happy Sunday. Today, what is on my spirit today is don't be afraid to be a beginner. Don't be afraid to be uncomfortable. Don't be afraid to step out of your comfort zone. This house, for instance, I've never lived in the mountains before. I've never had a well. I've never dealt with water storage tanks. I've never managed a property of this magnitude. I've never done a lot of shit out here in these mountains. So when I looked at the house, was I intimidated by all of that? For sure. Didn't even know what half the shit on the property was. I just knew I wanted it and I knew it was beautiful. And I knew that my energy and creativity could turn this thing into something wonderful. That's all I knew. Out of my comfort zone, didn't know what the hell half the shit on the property was. I could have easily walked away and went and got a new construction and just did it that way. No, I did research. I learned that I had not only just a septic tank, but a 3-chamber system septic tank. I learned about the water storage tank. I learned about everything on this property so that I could, set myself up as best as I can to manage it. Was I intimidated? 1000%. Was I scared that I couldn't manage something of this magnitude? 1000%. But that's crazy because I know what I've managed in my entire life. Of course I can manage something like this. But if I did not push myself and I did not step out of my comfort zone, I would not be sitting here today. But that's not just it. This house, I have to gut it. There's a lot of things right now. I don't have water. I don't give a shit. You have to learn to be uncomfortable to get to where you're trying to get. And that's just how it is. And I had to remind myself at first when I looked at it, told myself, I can't live here. All those limiting beliefs. There's no way I can live in a house in this condition. Mind you, all the deployments, I've lived in worse conditions. I had water. It just went out last night. It's just that it wasn't, my mind was telling me that I couldn't do something. So therefore, I almost did not. When in reality, it's completely livable. I just have to learn patience to do things and not all at the same time. That's it. So it's basically rewiring your brain and working against the limiting beliefs inside your subconscious mind. Don't be afraid to be a beginner. Don't be afraid to step out of your comfort zone. Don't be afraid to be uncomfortable. You cannot. I know a lot of people are like, I should not say you shouldn't and couldn't. And listen, the most frustrating thing for me is that listening to people who want to grow, transform, or achieve certain levels in their life, but tell themselves the bullshit and believe their bullshit. It's not going to work. It's just not going to work. You're working against it. So I really have a problem coddling grown people, especially when they're telling me that they want to live a different existence, but cannot and will not do the things to get there. It's the most frustrating thing in the world. You have to be able to be uncomfortable. You have to be able to step outside of your comfort zone, period. You cannot keep locked into that comfort zone and doing the same things over and over again, expecting a different result. It just doesn't work that way. It's within you, right? So you have to learn to become comfortable with being uncomfortable.